माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय, कलका माता की जय, कलका माता की जय, कलका माता की जय.
15-year Defense Roadmap unveiled. The Ministry of Defense has released a 15-year integrated roadmap aimed at transforming India's military capabilities. The plan places heavy emphasis on artificial intelligence, quantum technologies, hypersonic weapons, nuclear-propelled ships, and cyber warfare. This roadmap aligns with India's broader goal of becoming a global defense power and reducing dependence on foreign imports. It also stresses tri-service integration, network-centric warfare, and enhanced space capabilities. The document was shaped after wide consultations with the armed forces, DRDO, and industry stakeholders. Defense analysts say the roadmap sets the stage for India's entry into next-generation warfare and positions the nation as a strong, tech-driven regional power.
CDS identifies top 6 threats. Chief of Defence Staff CDS General Anil Chauhan has outlined 6 major threats to India's national security. At the top of the list is the ongoing border dispute with China, which continues to dominate military focus despite diplomatic engagements. The second threat is Pakistan's proxy warfare and terrorism under its Bleeding India strategy. He also cited the increasing significance of the cyber and space domains, which can cripple command and control systems. Nuclear escalation risks, hybrid warfare, and operational lessons from Operation Sindoor were also highlighted. Chauhan's speech serves as a reminder that India faces a multi-domain challenge requiring continuous preparedness.
Mission Sudarshan Chakra announced. India has launched Mission Sudarshan Chakra, a long-term initiative to develop an indigenous multi-layered air defense shield similar to Israel's Iron Dome but integrated for tri-service protection. The project will combine AI, machine learning, advanced radar, directed energy weapons, and quantum communication systems to counter aerial and cyber threats. It aims to safeguard Indian skies against drones, cruise missiles, hypersonic weapons, and cyber attacks. The mission reflects India's intent to establish self-reliant, future-ready defense infrastructure. DRDO, private industry, and startups are expected to collaborate extensively. Analysts call this a game-changer project that could redefine India's defensive posture within the next decade.
Zorawar light tank trials. India's indigenously developed Zorawar light tank, designed jointly by DRDO and Larsen & Toubro, is now moving into user trials. Weighing just 25 tons, it is equipped with high mobility, advanced sensors, and amphibious capabilities suitable for mountain and riverine warfare. The tank is intended for deployment in regions like Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh, where heavy armor faces logistical challenges. Its induction is targeted for 2027, and it will strengthen India's capability against potential Chinese armored threats along the Himalayan border. With modular design and modern protection systems, Zorawar is also being projected for export markets once production stabilizes. Project Kusha Air Defense System. India is advancing Project Kusha, a long-range air defense missile system often described as India's answer to the Russian S-400. The system is expected to undergo user trials by 2026, with induction planned between 2028 and 2030. It will provide a 360-degree shield against aircraft, drones, ballistic and cruise missiles, greatly boosting India's strategic deterrence. Kusha's success will reduce reliance on foreign systems and enhance India's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. DRDO is leading the project with support from private industry partners. Defense observers say Project Kusha will make India one of the few countries globally to field such an indigenously developed strategic shield.
Hypersonic missile trials progress. India continues work on its long-range anti-ship missile, LRASHM, a hypersonic system capable of reaching speeds of Mach 8 to 10. Designed for maritime superiority, it will neutralize enemy aircraft carriers, destroyer groups, and critical coastal targets. Development trials are ongoing under DRDO and the Indian Navy. Once operational, LRASHM will give India a significant edge in naval warfare, especially in the Indian Ocean region, where China is expanding its presence. This hypersonic system builds on India's earlier BrahMos and HSTDV, Hypersonic Technology Demonstrator Vehicle programs. Experts note, It will be a key deterrent against major adversaries, enhancing India's long-range strike capability.
Pralay Tactical Missile Induction. The Pralay short-range ballistic missile, developed by DRDO, has successfully completed trials and is nearing induction into the armed forces. With a range of 150 to 500 kilometers, it carries a 500 to 1000 kilogram warhead and is capable of striking enemy airbases, troop concentrations, and logistics hubs. Unlike older systems, Pralay is highly maneuverable and difficult to intercept. The missile made its public debut at the Republic Day parade earlier this year, underlining India's growing tactical strike options. Defense planners say it will provide commanders with quick reaction, precision strike capability, particularly against China's build-up across the LAC. Full induction is expected soon.
Defense PSU restructuring delivers results. The government's 2021 decision to corporatize the Ordnance Factory Board (OFB) into 7 defense PSUs has now delivered significant results. Reports show improved production timelines, better efficiency, and enhanced export performance. Companies like Munitions India, Troop Comforts, and Advanced Weapons and Equipment India are now functioning with greater autonomy. The restructuring has allowed them to compete globally while fulfilling Indian defense requirements. Officials say the move has also encouraged innovation and accountability. Defense experts highlight that India's PSUs are gradually becoming more competitive, strengthening the Make in India initiative and supporting self-reliance in ammunition and weapons production.
Tejas Mk1A production speeds up. Hyderabad-based WEM Technologies has delivered the second Tejas Mk1A fuselage to HAL within just 3 months, a record turnaround time. The company plans to deliver 3 more fuselages by year-end, significantly boosting the pace of indigenous fighter jet production. The Tejas Mk1A features advanced avionics, modern radar, electronic warfare systems, and improved maintainability compared to earlier versions. Faster production means the Indian Air Force, that is the IF, could induct more jets quickly, addressing fleet shortages. With HAL outsourcing critical parts to private firms, India is creating a robust aerospace ecosystem. Analysts say this progress underlines India's ability to scale defense manufacturing rapidly.
Panel tightens arms acquisition rules. A new defense procurement panel has recommended that all emergency arms contracts be automatically cancelled if delivery is not made within 1 year. The decision comes after several emergency purchases during the Galwan crisis and subsequent years faced delays. This move aims to streamline acquisitions, enforce vendor accountability, and prevent wasteful spending. Emergency contracts are meant for critical, time-sensitive purchases, but lax enforcement has sometimes led to inefficiency. The new rule will apply across all services, ensuring vendors stick to delivery commitments. Experts believe this measure will strengthen India's preparedness by making procurement faster and more reliable.
India-Singapore Defence Tech Cooperation. India and Singapore are deepening their strategic partnership, focusing on co-developing emerging technologies in defense, space, and maritime security. High-level discussions explored joint projects in cybersecurity, AI, unmanned systems, and satellite applications. The cooperation builds on long-standing defense ties, including joint naval exercises and training programs. Officials say this collaboration will allow both nations to share R&D costs while boosting technological capabilities. It also enhances India's presence in Southeast Asia amid rising Chinese influence. Defense analysts believe such partnerships are crucial for India to access dual-use technologies and to accelerate its march towards self-reliance and regional security leadership.
UP's Soldier Welfare and Memorial Initiative. The Uttar Pradesh government has announced new welfare measures for ex-servicemen and Agniveers. Benefits include financial aid, priority in government jobs, and the establishment of a new Sainik school. CM Yogi Adityanath also laid the foundation stone for the Gorkha War Memorial Museum in Gorakhpur, honoring the sacrifices of Gorkha soldiers. The initiatives aim to strengthen the bond between the armed forces and society while supporting families of veterans. With large numbers of recruits hailing from UP, these measures are expected to have a direct positive impact. Defense experts say the moves could serve as a model for other states. CM Yogi on internal threats. At a national security seminar, CM Yogi Adityanath stressed that a nation's security depends not only on military strength but also on eliminating internal threats and divisive forces. He emphasized the need to counter Pakistan's proxy war strategy, ideological subversion, and radicalization. Yogi also highlighted the importance of preserving cultural and spiritual values as part of national security. He praised the armed forces for their sacrifices and reiterated Uttar Pradesh's commitment to soldier welfare. Analysts see his speech as part of a broader narrative linking internal stability with external defense, underlining that India must remain strong on both fronts.
Afghan Foreign Minister visit postponed. Afghanistan's acting Foreign Minister, Amir Khan Muttaqi's scheduled visit to India has been postponed due to UN sanctions issues. The visit was expected to cover security cooperation, counter-terrorism and humanitarian assistance. This marks a setback in India's cautious engagement with the Taliban regime, which remains unrecognized internationally. Analysts say the postponement could delay India's efforts to safeguard its investments in Afghanistan and counter Pakistan's growing influence there. India continues to provide humanitarian aid, but direct military or intelligence cooperation remains limited. The development highlights the delicate balance India must maintain in engaging with Afghanistan under current circumstances.
Defense stocks dipped despite market rally. Indian defense stocks, including HAL, BEL and Bharat Dynamics, saw a 1 to 4% decline despite a broader market rally. Investors attributed the dip to short-term profit booking and concerns over valuation after a long rally in defense shares. Analysts say fundamentals remain strong, with India's defense push ensuring long-term growth. HAL continues to secure aircraft orders, BEL is expanding in radars and electronics, while Bharat Dynamics leads in missile production. Experts suggest that the current dip offers buying opportunities for long-term investors. The defense sector remains one of the most promising in India's industrial growth story despite temporary fluctuations.